good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode. Where are we at? 1307. Happy Monday. Welcome. Welcome. It doesn't feel like it feels like a Monday. It does, and it doesn't feel like a Monday. I think it doesn't feel like a Monday because I didn't watch any football yesterday. I'm trying to did I watch any football? I might have had a game on in the background, but I wasn't. Did I have upstairs? Like, I don't remember watching any football yesterday at all. See, the Bears were on a bye week. So it wasn't appointment television. I had football probably on at some point during the day. I was doing some shipping. I'm behind on shipping. So that's going to take up a large portion of today and tomorrow. I did not get any auctions going that's 2 Sundays in a row, which Sundays I kind of like. I wanted to do a football batch of auctions last night, and so I didn't have any auctions ending or starting last night, but I'll definitely have auctions starting. If not tonight, I'll have auctions running starting tomorrow night, of course, ending tomorrow night. It's our Tuesday night auctions over in my eBay store, 99centcards.com. We've got some fun stuff. I think my Monday and Wednesday auctions are actually better this week than my Tuesday night auctions, but we'll see. We'll see how do we get a Tuesday night live stream bump in our auctions tomorrow night. We shall see. But I do have auctions ending tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Did I do I might not have done Thursday night auctions. I don't think I did. Madison Card Show week, there's a lot of moving parts. I'm super busy, especially at the end of the week getting prepared for Saturday. So I just kind of dropped the ball on getting these auctions going. So I'd like to do my goal is to do 500 auctions a week. But I'm at the point where I'm paying for auctions. Unless they sell, then I get refunded back. So how it works, if you go over your auction allotment, which I did like the first week of October, you then have to pay an insertion fee. I have a premium store, so it costs 15 cents per auction, which is paid when you list. So as soon as that batch of 100 auctions goes up, I get $15 taken out of my account. So, but when those auctions end, and if they sell, I get refunded 15 cents, 15 cents, 15 cents. If they don't sell, I lost 15 cents. So that's how the auctions go. So it's to the point where I'm not just going to I'm just not going to throw up. I'm just not going to throw on hundreds of auctions that probably won't get bids. So I've got to be very, now, are there auctions that I throw that it's like, I'll be lucky to get, but sometimes you get lucky in some auctions. So there were some Ryan Sandberg auctions. I think only 35. It was exactly 100 that did not sell. So that was $15. I spent $15 on Sandberg auctions. Fortunately, there were a couple Sandberg cards that sold for one sold for 27, one sold for almost 40. So that helped. And then of course the rookie cards, went for between, I think, $5 and $10 each. There were a couple others that sold for, I think, $5. So overall it was worth doing the Sandberg auctions. And then so yesterday, the 100 auctions from Friday night that didn't sell, I didn't relist them. I don't relist my auctions. If they don't sell, they just go unsold, and I put them in my store as a buy it now. So the 100 that didn't sell, I put in my store as a buy it now, and I think I've sold almost 10 of them. 8 of them sold right away, like an hour after I listed them. So I get that, so some of that $15. So let's see. So almost all of that $15 came back to me with those sales. Now, is that ideal? No, but it helps, especially in the first couple hours of listing, that you recoup some of that money you lost on auction listings. So I just have to continue to be cognizant of what I'm listing at auction, since I am paying insertion fees, knowing that I'll get that money refunded if the auction sells. So I did list some buy it now items, some more stuff that I bought that I shared yesterday morning. I listed some more stuff in my eBay store. Buy it now. Um, I bought like over 30,000 cards from one of my dealers. Um, so some of those I'll be selling to a customer, and then I'll be putting some in like quarter boxes. I've lotted up some already. I put 50 card lots of Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki in my eBay store, and then a 25 card Tim Duncan lot. So those are in my eBay store now as well. Those lots, you save 25% off lots also if you buy 7 or more. So check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Some of the other stuff I might try collects. I might like, oh, hey, here's some other random football, basketball. This was all football, basketball. I needed football, basketball inventory. I was kind of putting that was kind of my strategy as a buyer on Saturday. Was I was really targeting football and to an extent basketball. I don't know the basketball market that well, but I do kind of know football, very little, but enough to know what to buy, but not enough to that I'm probably passing on some decent stuff. So I was kind of but I still probably, even though I'm targeting football, I probably pass. I probably buy more baseball, even though I'm targeting football. Like just in this pile of cards, okay, that's baseball, football, baseball, 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 basketball, basketball, wrestling, baseball, basketball, baseball, football, baseball, football. So as you can see, a lot of baseball. What else is going on? We've got a World Series set. Oh, I just stole an image that I was going to use as my thumbnail today, but oh well. Dodgers, Yankees. We have a World Series. Dodgers, Yankees. I didn't watch any baseball over the weekend. But hey, I'm happy with a Dodgers, Yankees World Series. Now, those are the teams that I think I wanted ultimately, most of the teams that I wanted to win would be in the American League, which is odd because I'm a National League guy. But Orioles was the team I wanted to represent the American League. And then I can't even remember the National League because the National League was like, I don't really care. Let's see. It was so we had Mets, Dodgers, Padres, Brewers. That's 4. Who am I missing? Can't remember the other 2. But anyway, Dodgers, Yankees. I'm happy. We've got. I mean, this is the World Series the network wants. Fox wants. Dodgers, Yankees, 2 biggest markets, the biggest superstars. Ohtani, Judge. This is fun. I've got Giancarlo Stanton has had an amazing postseason. I've got some Giancarlo Stanton I need to list. What else did I buy? I've got some Ohtanis that I bought. Judge. I bought some Judge. I bought some Ohtani. Mookie Betts. So I'll have to get those listed this week or in the next couple days. So Dodgers, Yankees. I'm happy for it. I might actually watch some of the World Series. I don't watch much World Series unless my Cubs are in the World Series, which has only happened once in my lifetime. It only happened once in my dad's lifetime. Actually, no, it didn't. It never happened in my dad's lifetime. He didn't make it to October 2016. And let's see, my grandfather. Let's see. We'll just go down my dad's side. My grandpa. Let's see. I'm trying to think if he was alive in 1908. I don't know if he was born in 19. He might have been born before 19. I know my grandma. No, I don't think my grandpa on my dad's side. I don't think he was yet born when the Cubs won the World Series in 1908 because my grandma was like 10 years older than my grandpa, and she was born in 1902. So I can do the quick math, and Grandpa Jack was not around in 1908. He passed away in 1986. So neither my dad nor my grandfather saw a Cubs World Series win. Let's go to the chat. I don't have any topics today, so if anybody has topics they want to address, speak now or forever hold your peace, or at least until tomorrow. George, what's going on? Good evening to you. Peter's in the house. Good Monday morning. Philly Joe's here. Good morning. I like Mondays. I did not like this morning. I don't know why. So the Madison Card Show I'm exhausted after the card show. I'm just completely exhausted because I put a lot of work into it on Friday, get a good night's sleep on Friday night, and then Saturday, I'm up at 4:30, and I'm moving tables around. Sometimes, depending on months, some months more than the next. And then I'm walking around, running steps, blah, 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 all day, moving tables around. And then, I get home about 6 on Saturday night, and I usually have a couple beers. I had a few beers. My wife and some girlfriends went out to dinner, so I had more beers, and was a little tired yesterday. And so it wears me out. I didn't sleep that way. I woke up at like 3 a.m. I had some weird dream. I can't even remember. I was in this almost like, if you've ever been to it's over in Spring Green, Wisconsin. What the hell's it called? Somebody help me out. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I went there as a kid. I hated it. It'd probably be cool as an adult. But anyway, it was like something like that where there's like hidden doors and, all these weird, like, that's what I had a dream that I was in that. And I remember in my dream, my neck hurt and I couldn't, like, I had like a pinched nerve and I was probably like sleeping on it wrong. I had weird dreams. I woke up and turned my alarm off, so I overslept. It's just a Monday. It's just a case of the Mondays, man. But normally I like Mondays because I can just jump right in and get to it. But I'm a little off today because I overslept. I had weird dreams. I didn't get great sleep. So it's one of those days. So I'll get my mushroom coffee and we'll get going. We'll tackle the day. It's going to be a big shipping day. Big shipping day. And I think, what did I say yesterday? I was at like 240 orders to ship. And I did ship quite a bit yesterday, but not as much as I should have. I had a decent sales day. And Saturday was a terrible sales day on eBay. Tracy, what's going on? Good morning. I'm on eBay is like super slow for some reason. It's always slow. So I'm at 250 orders to ship. So a net negative over the last 24 hours. Let's see. So Friday was good. Actually, most every day last week. There were a couple days where I wish I would have had more, but I went over my normal. Last Saturday was brutal. Last Saturday was actually worse than this Saturday. Yeah, my Saturdays have been awful. Oof. So here's the last. So my target goal, which I usually hit most every day. So my target goal, I was at about 75% of my goal this weekend on Saturday. I did surpass it slightly on Sunday. I was at about 70% of my goal last Saturday. I did exceed it on Saturday, October 5th. But then the week prior, it was like 60% of my goal. So Saturdays have been brutal. Saturdays have been my lowest sales day by far. Where are we at? David, good morning. Kyle's in the house. Good morning. Steve is here. What's happening? Maddie Ice, good morning. Flawed Thinker is here. Good morning. Andy Mack's in the house. What's going on? Brian, good morning. Flawed Thinker, he says, go Skins. Go Skins. Mikey's here. What's up? Good morning. Herman's in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Cooter. Hooters not on the beach this morning. Bill Simus, good morning. Mark Marinello in the house. And he's just looking out the window with Hallmark Christmas movies in the background, waiting for baseball season. Again, his Mets have lost. We've had super unseasonably warm temperatures. And of course, it's middle of October already. Hallmark Christmas movies have begun. And I can't get into Hallmark Christmas movies when it's 80 degrees outside. It was like 80. I had jeans and like a long sleeve shirt, and I'm sweating walking Ernie yesterday. I come home, my wife had already been out, and I'm like, man, it's warm today. And she's like, yeah. Like, okay, I haven't been outside. It's warm. And I think it's going to be warm, like unseasonably warm, like the 10-day forecast. It's going to be like in the 70s as highs, which is a little out of the norm. Hey, I'll take it because it's just closer to summer again. It's going to be almost 80 today. We'll hit 70 tomorrow. Okay, then we got this temperature, this forecast says it's going to be in the 50s and 60s later this week. So it looks like just today and tomorrow, and then we're in the 60s for highs, and then the 50s for the highs in the weekend, but then back up into the 70s. So that's completely different from the forecast I saw on TV last night. Or was that a rerun? That could have been a rerun. That could have been a Jeopardy rerun from 3 weeks ago that I was watching. All right. Anyway, Florida baseball card dudes in the house. Good morning. Johnny M is here. Good morning. For some reason, eBay added 75-cent shipping to all my buy it now listings. I did yesterday. I do free shipping. What a pain in the ass. That's weird. I've never had that. Was there, did you do a template any different? So if I list, and you have to do, I know like when you're listing, if you're listing from your phone, you have to, because my phone listing on my app, it defaults to something different. So I have to change it. I think it defaults to like, what the hell does it default to? But it's different from, so I have to go back and change it, which reminds me, because I've done a lot of listings, I've got to update my, some of my listings on because when you go into your account settings, your business policies, where's my account? I'll just do that right now. Where are we at? Business policies. So I can show you where this is if anybody's curious. So go into your account settings, and I've got to do this anyway, so might as well share the screen. Let's make it big. Let's take that off. So this is in so go to your my eBay up top, go to summary, and then go to account, and then that takes you to this screen. Scroll down over here to the left under selling business policies. And this brings up all of your, and I have all, like, for some reason, these I can't delete. I have to go into the listings and like either delete the listings or whatever. So you shouldn't have this many business policies. There, I think realistically, I should have like 7 or 8, not like 25. So here's my, obviously over here shows you how many listings are under this policy. So my eBay payments, and these are my default. So my payment, shipping, and returns have a default eBay payments. Shipping is flat fees free. It's 3 business days. And then I accept returns 30 days, and it's a money back return. So here I've got here, this return policy is different. So I'm going to go, and then if you click this down arrow, you can go change policy for these listings. And we're going to go to our default returns accepted. There you go. 30 days default. So that's going to flip over. We've got over almost 4,000 under this shipping policy. We want to change that. And we want to change this to default. I hope this doesn't have my, no, because my auctions will be under auction, and then I have eBay auction PWE. That's the 99-cent shipping, and then auction bubble mailer, which is $4.25. And then I have a like a priority, like when I do flat rate boxes, medium flat rate down here, which is like 7. I just have one auction going that's using that. So, okay. So we did returns, we did shipping, eBay PWE, we want to keep returns, 14 days or money back. I don't know. Let's just change these to default. Those might be auction listings, which we'll just default them over. Let's see. So we changed auction bubble mailer. We keep. Let's see. These we might not be able to. So some of these with lesser numbers. Oh, no, we don't want that. Which one? Where was I at? Auction. Oh, auction. Okay. All right. So let's just go back and see. So we had 4,000 the returns, 3,887 on the shipping. Let's refresh my screen. And it's still updating in progress. So that's how you do it. And that way, so basically what happens, and this is the problem I ran into with multiple transaction fees, was if somebody bought a card under eBay or flat shipping 3 business days, if somebody bought something under that with another item that was under flat economy, 3 business days, but it's under a different policy, they separate the transaction. So these policies all have to link up and be together. So that's why it's important to have your business policies cleaned up. So I go through and do this every once in a while. So there you go. And that's how you do it. Dan, what's up? Good evening. Bill Simus says, going to be one hell of a World Series. As a Cubs fan, I got to pull for Rizzo and Mark Leiter Jr. to win. That's kind of how I root for World Series. Like sometimes there's a team that's like, okay, I don't want this team to win, or I do want this team to win. But then sometimes like I really don't care. Like Yankees, Dodgers, I don't care. But Anthony Rizzo, Mark Leiter Jr., former Cubs, gonna have to root for them. I don't think the Dodgers have any I'm sure there are former Cubs on the Dodgers. Let's look at the Dodgers. Los Angeles Dodgers West. And my prediction was wrong, by the way. I said the Dodgers wouldn't even. Well, my prediction was wrong last series. I said the Dodgers before the season when they spent all that money. I'm like, and the Dodgers won't even make it to the National League Championship Series. So I was wrong, and here they are in the World Series. So Jason Hayward, I don't even know. Jason Hayward's probably not on the postseason roster, is he? I would assume not. But he's obviously a former Cub. All the other guys, no. Let's see. I don't see any former Cubs. So this is their like all season roster. I think Joe Kelly might have played for the Cubs briefly. I guess I can click on him and see. No, Joe Kelly never played for them. I thought he like spent like just a few games with them. Guess not. So does not look like any. I think Hayward's the only. So yeah, you got to go to Jason Hayward, or you got to go to the Yankees, Rizzo and Leiter. Andy Mack says, I'm auctioning a Soto SGC 9 Heritage Purple Rookie. I'd probably be better off cracking it and auctioning it raw, which is crazy to me. Nines kind of that, like, it's crazy ultra modern. It's like if it doesn't 10, I still think it is SGC. So you're right. If it was PSA, it's probably going to be a slight premium over a raw copy. SGC 9, probably a raw copy might actually sell for a premium, which, yeah, it is crazy. That is crazy. Dan says throw up is correct on auctions. We're going to throw up some auctions. Sometimes I want to throw up. Actually, most of my auctions, I've been pretty happy with the results. George says, good to see that money can't buy championships. Only the second highest payroll versus the third highest payroll this year for the World Series. Had a conversation, and some of my Cubs fans, it's like the Cubs spent money. Like the Cubs had the 7th highest payroll in Major League Baseball this year. And I think the stat that was in my group chat was like, since 1992, a top 5 payroll team has won the World Series 16 times. And I'm like, well, that's only 50% of the time. That's actually really shitty. Like if you run the numbers, okay, you've got to have a top 5 payroll to win on a coin flip, essentially? Are you going to put your business on the line over a coin flip? Obviously, you want to win championships, but you kind of don't want to spend the most money because it's not a guaranteed to win. So I'm like, okay, you're kind of arguing against yourself with that because that's a shitty percentage. And that's top 5. If you spend the most money, it's even less. Case in point, 2024. The Cubs, in fact, had a top 5 payroll in 2018, 2019, and 2020. And did they even win a playoff game in those years? Since we're talking payrolls, 20, we'll go back to 20. Oh, we want previous. Well, we'll start at 2020, I guess. 2020, postseason lost NL. They won the division, lost the wild card series, were swept. So 0 playoff wins for top 5 payroll team. 2019 did not even make the playoffs. 2018 was that where they lost the play. Yeah, they lost the last game to the Brewers, and then they lost the wild card game to the Rockies. So top 5 payrolls 3 years in a row, 0 playoff wins. Chicago Cubs, 2018, 19, 20. Bill Simas got a Topps Aaron Judge rookie black to 66. Would you do buy it now on that? Oof. That's a huge card. That's a huge card. I would set a buy it now at a crazy high price and take offers. Has there been any on, what's that, 2017? I'm just going to eBay this. Judge of 66. I don't think there's any listed on eBay. That's a huge card. Sold items. None. Let's go to Terapeak and see. Terapeak. Oh, wrong tab. Research. 2017 Heritage. We'll just do black Judge. Man. I don't even know. There's not even, that's last 90 days. So we want to do last 3 years. That should give us something, right? Apparently doesn't. That's not it. Wow, there's like none that have sold. Damn. I don't even know what you would price it at, because I don't want to say like 2,000 and it's a $5,000 card. I don't think it is, but I would, God, I'd have to do more research on it. I don't know what the market would be on that. If not, I'd just say auction. I mean, right now, you're going to have a bidding. Then that's the thing with something like that. You're going to have multiple people wanting that card and multiple people paying a premium on that card. Like, none have come to market on eBay in 3 years, according to just a quick research. I'd say auction. I'd say do a 7-day auction like tonight. Start that auction tonight. Let it roll on 7-day auction, and that you'll set the comp. Andy Mack says auction it. Yeah, something like that with like nothing to go off of, and it being Aaron Judge and a huge card. Like, I wouldn't even know where to set a high buy it now price at. Like maybe like 5,000. I don't know. And then just fish for offers. It might only be $1,000 card. Only. Mark says, my Mets lost to the better team. Still a proud Mets fan. And now it's Christmas season. Get those Hallmark Christmas movies going. Andy says, I think you said Padres. I think you're right. I think Padres was the team that I was pulling for, but I would have rooted for like 3 American League teams over the Padres. And just based on like, it's like Orioles, Royals, Tigers. So Orlando is here. What's going on? Dave Arnold and Bushnell Prairie City represent. Go Spartans. House on the Rock is correct. Yes, thank you, Unicorn Cupcake. House on the Rock was the crazy house I was thinking of with the carousel room and the infinity room and all the crazy shit. I think I was like 10 or 12 years old when I went there, which not a cool place for a kid, at least for a kid like me. I did not enjoy it. I saw Mark's next comment. I've got Lacey Chabert on my mind. Brian, good morning. Lacey Chabert. I only watched the Lacey Chabert ones in October. Hey, I'll get on board with that. Brian says, waiting to hear back after 3 interviews, hoping this is my last week of unemployment. Good luck. Andy Mack wishes you luck as well. Johnny M says, all pre-made templates been using for a year. I list on my iPad, no changes on my end. That's bizarre. Hey, speaking of eBay and bizarre, I got a message this morning from somebody, and this is bizarre. And it's like, I don't do billing on eBay, but somebody sent me a message. Where's my messages? Somebody sent me a message on eBay and said, don't know what happened, but paid for these items on October 16th, so 5 days ago. Today's mail being charged again for same item, $6.23 on August 16th and $6.23 today. So I don't really understand like today's mail being charged for same item. It wouldn't be his mail because $6.23 was how much he paid for the card. So it's the cards. So I don't understand if he's getting charged by the post office, if it's postage due, or so I've got to respond to that and be like, I need more clarification. So if he's being charged for the cards again, like that's an eBay. Like I don't know. Did you order them a second time? And I think it is stuff that I have multiple quantities of. So that very well could be the case. So I've got to look into that. So if that's it's like, that's weird. Because $6.23, I think, is what his bill was for the cards, not for, it'd be super bizarre if it was a postage due of $6.23 and that was also what he paid for the cards. That would be, because that's just kind of an odd number anyway. Philly Joe, good luck offbeat, he says. Victor, good morning. Mr. Archer's in the house. Good morning. Jason Hayward is an Astro. Okay, so see, I'm not even following along. Jason Hayward now in Houston. Robert, good morning. Thank you for the policies tip. As a new eBayer, I wasn't aware of those settings. Yeah, I wasn't aware of them until a couple of years ago after I had to go to the top of eBay to get answers on why I was getting charged all of these transaction fees. And finally got to the bottom of it. James in the house. Good morning. Cubs and the Giants. Rough. Anthony Thomas Experience says, good morning. My Pittsburgh Steelers spanked the Jets last night. You're rubbing it in. Mark Marinello. His Mets lost. His Jets lost. But Anthony Steelers with a spanking on Aaron Rodgers. Nothing. Can't beat that. James says, baseball losing popularity to NFL. Things getting rough out there. I think baseball lost popularity to the NFL a long time ago. Like, when do you think NFL overtook baseball in popularity? Probably are we going back to the 80s? The 90s for sure. The NFL was definitely more popular in the 90s than Major League Baseball. And that shift could have taken place in the mid to late 80s. I was just a wee lad at that point in time, but I know for sure, like the 90s, NFL was like taking over, like was definitely more popular than Major League Baseball. Mark says, good morning. Heading back from Chantilly. Good show, but traffic was a little light. I'm curious to know traffic at various card shows to where you all have been, because I've heard different card shows have had less traffic than normal. And, this is kind of a weird time of year anyway. I don't know if Chantilly runs this time of year every year. I imagine they do. But like I mentioned, traffic in Madison was good. I thought traffic was great on Saturday. It was more heavily trafficked than last month, and I think uh, in Madison, one of the biggest, the biggest, the biggest, what takes the most people away traffic wise at a card show is competing card shows. Is there another big show in the area? If I run the same weekend as the Chicago Sports Spectacular, fortunately, I've not been lately, but that obviously takes a ton of people away. Um, if there were other shows in the area, one back in April, I think Green Bay and Minneapolis had shows in all big shows, so that definitely impacted uh, impacted the shows. So that's the biggest takeaway. The second is here in Madison weather. If it's October 19th, and it's a beautiful 75-degree day, that's going to take people away. And I think if it had been 50 degrees and rainy, then we would have had much more traffic, but it was still heavily trafficked. Like, it was still like, I can't complain. I was happy with the traffic that we had through the door this past Saturday. Now November and December and January and February should be crazy busy. We'll see. We will see. You never know. Is this a sign is the market down, or was there too much competing shows, weather, etc., whatever there might be competition with in those areas? So I am curious, because I've heard some shows are down, but we haven't seen I haven't noticed all year, with the exception of, actually, there was one month where I was disappointed. It might have been last month, where I'm like, I thought we'd have a much better traffic day. So that was September. So I thought September would be a busier show. But other than that, like, April was down traffic wise, but it was still like pretty packed. And I had 3 rooms in April. But it was down from January, February, March, which April is when you start to see that downswing in traffic, at least here in our region. Philly Joe says Judge sold for $222 on October 16th at auction. A black numbered to 66. That seems wrong. That does not seem right. Cooter says, in my opinion, the fact you can lose value if your modern card 9s will continue to drive submissions down, which needs to happen. I agree. And I think we've already seen the downturn in submissions, especially on ultra modern. Like, people are not submitting their base Kyle Lewis, Luis Robert, Gavin Lux, Zion Williamson, John Morant. That was the COVID phase. People are realizing, we can't submit base rookie cards anymore. And lessons were learned. George says PSA 8.5 in that card sold for $1,200 in August. Sorry, September, according to 130 Point. Really? I did not see that come up on my search. I was using Therapy going back 3 years. Unless I just didn't put the right terms in. I'm going to go to 130 Point now. I'll just share the screen. You don't have to look at me. Oh, wrong screen. How about this tab? There we go. So we're looking 2017 Topps Heritage. I'm just going to do Aaron Judge, numbered to 66? I don't see it. Where am I? I'm not seeing any of the black versions. Am I just typing in the wrong search phrase? Huh. There's a refractor. There's a purple. Yeah, it's not coming up. Maybe let's just do black. There's a variation. We got variations. Purple. There's a 2024 black. Yeah, I do not enter results. It's not coming up for me. I thought he said heritage. I'm going to go back to where's Bill Simus? Oh, I was thinking heritage. Okay. So Bill, it's the base tops. Oh my God. I'm an idiot. It's flagship. Okay. Well, that's a horse of another color. Tops, Aaron Judge of 66. Okay, so my recommendation is going to be different. Okay, so PSA 8.5 sold for $222. Okay, so it's not going to be $1,000 card. Okay. There's rookie debut black, the catching black. So the base, and I guess it depends on which version you have. If it's that one, a PSA 8.5 sold for $1,250. So that's more online with with $1,000 is kind of where I thought it was going to be. So here's a BGS 9 that sold for $1,275. If it's the base rookie version. So if it's card number 287, it's card 287 on the base, I would say list it as a buy it now for $1,500. Fish for offers, but auction could be, and you're probably gonna get similar to what was the 8.5. I would say you'll probably get close to what the 8.5 brought. Oh wait, and that was not even the same card. Okay, so the PSA 8.5 sold for $1,256. So it's a PSA 8.5. You might even get more than that. So maybe 2,000. And that sold. So that Judge sold in September, so about a month ago. I'd list it as a buy it now for 2,000 and fish for offers. And because I'm assuming it's raw, or run it at auction. Or you could do kind of like my recommendation of like a new product that there's no comps. Start off at a super high buy it now price, fish for offers for a day, 8 hours, whatever, and then list it at auction. Run a 7-day auction. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. There you go. George says PSA 8.5 in that card sold for $1,200 in August. September. Sounds like LRS to me. Uncle Rich, good morning. Brian Wolf's in the house. Good morning. Troy is here. Good morning. Picked up 163 baseball rookie lot for this year to hold and post during spring training at 21 cents per card. It's worth the risk. Got it for $35. Not bad. Has a Jackson Holiday that didn't know was in there. Hey, that's even better, right? Victor says, Victor, the rookie card specialist, what's going on? Grading base rookies is good once a player pops, but to open a box and send every card with a rookie logo in for grading is not a good idea. I agree. But graded base of potential Hall of Famers is my sweet spot. Yeah, absolutely. If it's Kyle Lewis, if it's or this year, who's a good example of just hold up. Jackson Holiday, he's hot right now, but I mean, he's got potential to be, I'm not gonna say Hall of Famer, but he's got potential to be a multi-time. He's got potential to be a superstar. But right now, no. He's got to prove it. He's got to pop off, right? Flawed Thinker says, I bought a 2017 Topps Chrome Refractor of Judge, numbered at 250, the purple, in a PSA BGS 8.5 a few months ago for like $90. Cracked and sent to PSA. Currently getting graded. Fingers crossed. Very nice. That seems like a hell of a damn good price too. $90. My Trout is in transit to PSA. And it's like a 2-week turnaround. So subbed it through 5-star cards. And I'm like, so when? And he's like, oh, it went, premium or whatever it was because of the, value and all that crap. So he's like, yeah, it's probably about a 2-week turnaround. So I might have it back. And I don't care. Like, I'm holding it till spring. But I might have it back by November 9th. For the Janesville card show. So I might be able to pick it up in Janesville in a couple of weeks. Or Rockford. Oh, and I don't know if Matt sets up in Rockford. We'll see. So, but I'm in no rush. If not, I'll pick it up in Madison on November 30th at the Madison card show, because I'm just holding on to it until spring anyway. And then I did ask about my, so I also submitted on the ticket side, I submitted a Triple H WWF debut ticket that I was in attendance. You can even see me at the end of the AAA debut match. You can see me jump up at the end of the match on the video. And he says tickets are about 6 months. And I think I subbed in July. So probably January before I get that back, which again, it's been in my possession, surprisingly, for the last 30 years. It was April of 1995. So I can wait 6 months for my Triple H debut ticket. Where we at? Johnny M says, I would list it at $2K, no offers for 2 days. If not sold, I would then take offers. Take offers, man. Take offers. I mean, what's the risk? You don't have to accept them. Just see what you get, because if it doesn't sell in 2 days, you have no idea what the market is. And here's the thing with offers. When you accept offers, you know what the market is when you're pricing things high. Comps are 1,200. So it might only be worth 1,200. It might be 15. Where's the market at? You don't know. If it's at 2,000, you don't take offers. You don't know, because the buyers are going to send you offers. And they're going to send you on a card like that. Buyers will send you strong offers. And I've shared this many times. I've been burned because I got greedy and I didn't want to take offers. And it's like, well, say I listed something at $1,000 or best offer and I got a $750 offer. It's like, no, I think I can get more. And guess where the market was? Below $750. So if I would have just accepted the $750, I would have made more money. And then I just ended up, well, I'm going to put it at auction and it goes for $500 or $600. So I always am open to offers, because it truly gives you an idea where the market is actually at when you don't have comps and when you're pricing things higher than what you expect. So I always have offers open. Now, you can put like a minimum on it. Like, you don't want people sending you $20 offers on a $2,000 card. So set the minimum. I would set the minimum at $1,300, because one sold in the PSA 8.5 for $1,256. You're going to get offers from people that want a deal, and they're like, well, I'm $1,250, hoping it gets a 9, and they can get more than the last comp, which right now it's going to sell for more than the last comp anyway because of the World Series push bump. So yeah, I would definitely take offers, but minimum 1,300 is probably where I would set that at, just because it's above the last comp, because people are going to send you, offers of, well, the last one sold at 8.5, 1,200. This looks like, and they're going to grade your card, and you don't want to deal with that bullshit. So 1,300 on the minimum, obviously not automatically accepting offers. But you're going to decline the offers under whatever mark you decide. And and go from there. That gives you a true gauge. But then if you don't take any of the offers, if you get a $1,700 offer and you're like, well, I'm going to risk it because I think I can get 2,000 at auction. And then you run the auction and it sells for 1,500. It's like, well, that's why I like to take offers, because it's like, okay, the offer market was right. And that's how I would go about it. Flawed Thinker says, what was the grading charge for the Trout? Just curious on a card that big. It's going to be about 500. I don't have I won't get the bill till afterwards, but he said it's going to be about 500. So again, I'm okay with that because it's going to sell for a lot more than that. I am okay because it's going to get because it's in a PSA slab, it's going to sell for a premium over raw on a card like that. So I am okay with what it gets. I think I shared this the other day that he took a closer look. He thinks it's going to get a 7. We'll see. We will see. James says everyone gets greedy and gets burned once in a while. Happens all the time. So that's what I had for today. Hey, WNBA Finals, I think, ended last night. I've got this Brianna Stewart. I think she won the WNBA title last night, right? That is at auction. I think that ends tonight. Auction's ending 8/23, which, oh no, that's Wednesday night. So still a couple days before the Stewie ends. So I do have auctions ending tonight. I've got auctions ending tomorrow night, and I've got auctions ending Wednesday night. Check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Save 25% off when you buy 7 or more items at regular price. That's for buy it now only. Auctions, no discount code on auctions, because you're probably already saving on the 99-cent auctions. So check it out, 99centcards.com. I'm also on Collects, and I do hope later this week to get some more items in my Collects store. Download the Collects app, COLLX. Find me in there. I'm 1 million Cubs, over 3,000 cards listed. I think I'm up to like 350 sales in the first 3-4 weeks. Can't remember when I started my store, but I haven't really been didn't list a card last week, I don't think. So still trickling in some sales, so that's good. Basically, I'm just using, I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use Collects strictly as Cubs money. Like anything I sell on Collects, I'm just going to turn into Cubs cards. So, and I don't have much. I have like $100 in credit, like $100 in sales, maybe 150 in sales. So yeah, about a 50 cents per card is probably what I'm getting net. So I'm just going to use that money and buy stuff I like. So, which is kind of how I used Sport Lots back in the day. Like, I'm just going to spend this money on PC stuff, or how I ran my bargain boxes before I went full time. Like, I'm going to take this $300 I made on quarter boxes and buy a Joe Tinker T206. All right. So I got to go make some mushroom coffee. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store. Tomorrow's Tuesday. That means we'll go live twice in one day, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night auctions. We'll live stream starting at 7 p.m. Central and count down those auctions. So get those bids in at 99centcards.com. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you in the morning.